Hello and welcome. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to talk about cryptocurrency investing for beginners, how to mine Bitcoin with your computer. Now that sounds exciting. The downside is it's not quite as exciting as it sounds. Let me tell you all about the dark side of mining Bitcoin with your computer. So, I need to let you know up front, I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This is my opinion. I am not smarter than you. You are smarter than you realize. Do not trust what I say. Do your own research. So, the bottom line, how much are you going to make? Well, the dark side of cryptocurrency mining is with just a simple laptop or your average desktop computer, you're really not going to make very much. So in this video, we're going to talk about a number of different things. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency wallets, and we're going to talk to you about, I'm going to show you the software that you can actually use to mine cryptocurrency and mine Bitcoin. But before I get to that, let me tell you about this chart. You can pause the video and watch this chart in detail because I'm not going to go into detail with it right now. But by pausing the video, you can go into detail with it. If you invested $1,000 and then 3 years later sold it, so $1,000 into Bitcoin, and 3 years later sold your Bitcoin, here's what you would have made. So if on January 1 of 2017, if you bought $1,000 of Bitcoin and then you sold your Bitcoin on October 10th, 2019, you would have made $8,640. Now, all the way down to the last date here, if you bought Bitcoin on January 1, 2011, and then sold it on December 31st, 2013, it would have been worth $2,686,466. $2,686,466. Now, the point of me showing you this chart is I want to remind you that, in my opinion, and according to history, the best way to deal with Bitcoin is not to be buying and selling it a lot, but rather to buy and plan on holding it for 3 years or longer. So just kind of wanted to throw that out. You can check my numbers by going to yahoofinance.com. That's where I got all of those numbers. And simply by clicking on date range here, you can actually set in a date range and you can see the lows and the highs between those dates. Also on Yahoo Finance, you can drill in and get almost like you click on historical data here, and it just gives you a little chart here that shows you every single day how much was it at the opening price, the high price, the low price, and the close price for that particular date, for that particular day. So anyway, just wanted to give you that. It's kind of a chicken nugget. That's a freebie that I wanted you to have. Now, if you're going to mine Bitcoin, the first thing you do is you have to have a Bitcoin wallet because you're going to have to store your Bitcoin somewhere. And the best place, in my opinion, to store Bitcoin is in what's called a hardware wallet. Now, I own all three of these hardware wallets, and there's some differences between each one. I'm going to go over this kind of briefly. I've given you the website so that you can either get more information about each one of these hardware wallets, or if you prefer, you can actually purchase them. Now, you're going to find these hardware wallets for sale all over the place, but I would strongly recommend that you only purchase your hardware wallets directly from the hardware companies. And the main reason why I say that is because if you buy your hardware wallet from an individual, or if you go on to Amazon and buy a hardware wallet, you don't know if that wallet, that hardware wallet, was one that Amazon bought from the manufacturer and then shipped directly to you, or if it was bought by somebody who bought a supply of them and that person turned around and is selling them on Amazon. If it's a private individual, there's the possibility, and this has happened in the past, that that individual has already opened the box for that hardware wallet and changed the password keys, the password phrase. There's a passphrase that's either 12 or 24 words. And if they change that passphrase and they know your passphrase, they can get access to your funds, even with a hardware wallet. So that's why it's always good to buy a hardware wallet directly from the manufacturer. That way you know that an individual has not picked up the passphrase that unlocks that particular hardware wallet. So the Trezor is nice. It's fairly small, and it has, I really like the way that you get in and out of the wallet, and it also is connected to the Trezor is automatically connected to something called Shapeshift, which is a decentralized exchange. To put that in simple terms, a decentralized exchange is a cryptocurrency exchange where you keep control of your cryptocurrency instead of depositing it on the exchange, and you trade directly from one person to another person. Normally, if you're going to trade cryptocurrency and you're going to put it onto an exchange, what you'll do is you'll either connect let's say that you already have 1 Bitcoin. You would transfer your Bitcoin to the exchange. Once on the exchange, then you would trade that Bitcoin for something else. And then the best idea is to remove it from the exchange. And so the reason why that's the best idea is it's going to keep your funds safe. There's been lots and lots and lots of stories of people who have lost their cryptocurrency because they left that cryptocurrency out there on an exchange. And for your safety, I always keep my cryptocurrency on a hardware wallet of some sort. That's why I actually own all 3 of these. So the Trezor is nice because it's connected to Shapeshift. The Keep Key is also connected to Shapeshift. The Keep Key is a little bit larger, and it's a little bit more durable than the Trezor is. You know, the Trezor, it doesn't feel as solid and it doesn't feel as thick and durable as the Keep Key does. And then the Ledger, I bought the Ledger originally because there were some cryptocurrencies that I wanted to own that I couldn't store on a Trezor or on a Keep Key. And so I bought the Ledger to be able to store those particular cryptocurrencies. But I found the Ledger to be a little bit more difficult to use. If you can see right here, there's these really tiny little buttons. And I always just found you have to use these buttons a lot in terms of entering in your PIN codes, selecting which application you're using in order to deal with, one cryptocurrency versus another cryptocurrency. There were a number of different reasons and it was all aesthetics and how it actually works and feels in your hands, that I found the Ledger was just a little bit clunky in terms of actually working with it, whereas the Keep Key and the Trezor were much easier, much simpler to use. And so for simplicity's sake, I recommend the Trezor and the Keep Key. For most cryptocurrencies that most people, both of these store hundreds and hundreds of cryptocurrencies, and so you'll probably be able to store most of the cryptocurrencies you'll be interested in. But always, before you go buy a cryptocurrency, make sure that you can store that cryptocurrency on your hardware wallet. Otherwise you'll end up getting in a situation where you'll go, I need to go buy a Ledger or do some other thing. There were also certain cryptocurrencies that I've wanted to buy in the past that I never did buy because I could not store them on a hardware wallet. I couldn't store it on one of these 3 wallets. And so for those cryptocurrencies, I passed. And so do your homework, go to the websites and learn about the different cryptocurrency wallets, the hardware wallets. Pick one and put your cryptocurrency into your hardware wallet. So another thing that I wanted to talk about during the conversation about a hardware wallet, there's also software wallets out there. I don't use software wallets just because they're not as secure, and the hardware wallets are pretty inexpensive. They usually run, I've paid as little as $10. There have been sales on some of them where the price came all the way down to $10 on one hardware wallet, but typically they're around $50. Right now they're running about $50. In fact, I bought my ledger and I paid $100 for it, but today the very same ledger does sell for about $50. It was the Keep Key that I got for $10. I got a really special deal, and unfortunately that sale has expired. Otherwise, I'd be telling you how to get your Keep Key for $10. And if I could get you your Keep Key, get you a Keep Key for $10, I wouldn't recommend any of the others. Not because the Keep Key is better than them, but rather it was cheaper. So, but right now the Keep Key is running. All three of these are running around $50. I did just check before I made the video, and so at $50, I don't see a strong advantage. I think the Keep Key has probably got an advantage over the other two just because it's a little bit more durable, and its interface works fairly similar to the Trezor. But I mean, it holds a similar amount of cryptocurrencies as the Trezor. I haven't gone in depth to compare, one-to-one cryptocurrencies, but in general, both of these hardware wallets will store most of the same cryptocurrencies. I'm sure there's probably a couple of cryptocurrencies that you can put on a Keep Key that you cannot put on a Trezor, and vice versa. There's probably a couple of cryptocurrencies that you can put on a Trezor that won't work on a Keep Key. But anyway, so here's another important thing, because you're using your computer to manage money, and as such, you need to take some additional steps that not everybody takes in order to protect your computer. Definitely make sure you always have antivirus software installed on your computer to protect it from viruses. And I personally use both Malwarebytes, malware, M-A-L-W-A-R-E, bytes, B-Y-T-E-S. You can download a free version of it, and then there's also a pro version of it. And then I use Bitdefender for antivirus. And the reason why I use the both is because Bitdefender is fantastic for antivirus, but Malwarebytes will catch some malware programs that Bitdefender does not catch. And so between the two of them, I feel pretty secure. So I think the two of them are going to be able to cover most bad programs, keep most programs off of my computer that I don't want. The next thing that I strongly recommend is that you get some kind of software to contain your passwords. Because as you deal with cryptocurrencies, as you create accounts on exchanges or accounts on a hash pool or other things, you're going to start accumulating a number of different passwords. And you want to make long passwords that are difficult to remember so that they're also difficult to crack for a hacker. But if a password's difficult to remember, then it means it's difficult for you to remember. And that's why I use password software. The one I currently use is called NPass, E-N-P-A-S-S. But there's a whole bunch of different password softwares out there. Take a look at them, pick one, and use it to protect your passwords. And they will also help you auto-generate very secure passwords that are long, that have very random letters, numbers, capital letters, and symbols in the password to help you protect things. The other thing about your hardware wallet is your hardware wallet will have a 4 to 8 digit code. It's a numeric code, a number. It'll have a 4 to 8 digit number that you'll use to access the funds on the hardware wallet. So you'll need the physical hardware wallet, plus you're going to make up a 4 to 8 digit code to use your hardware wallet. Now your hardware wallet has another feature called a passphrase, and passphrases are 12 to 24 words depending on which hardware wallet, or some hardware wallets will let you switch between 12 and 24 words. Now those words are randomly generated by the hardware wallet itself, and those words, think of them as your backup to the hardware wallet. If your hardware wallet was destroyed, say in a fire or a car ran over it or some other situation where it got physically damaged or you physically lost it, then with that 12 to 24 words, you can buy another one of those hardware wallets and recreate your hardware wallet using the 12 to 24 words. Or another thing that you can do is if you buy two hardware wallets, one for you and one for your partner, you can both have that hardware wallet and it will access the same Bitcoin address or same cryptocurrency addresses, and you can have multiple copies of the same hardware wallet that those copies all access the same funds. Now, if you're going to do something like that, you need to make sure that you trust the people who have those hardware wallets, because they can go and move and do anything with those funds at any time that they want to. So anyway, that's what the passphrases on a hardware wallet is all about. So the next thing that we wanted to talk about is how do you get software that's going to mine cryptocurrency on your computer. The one I'm going to tell you about is a company called NiceHash. They're not the only one out there. They're just the one that I happen to pick for doing this video and telling you about. So this is the NiceHash website, and that website is pretty simple. It's nicehash.com. So nicehash.com. And what you'll do is you'll come to this website, you'll click on the Get Started button. Once you've clicked on the Get Started button, you're going to register for their site, because they're going to set up an account, and your account will be based off of your email address. And then with that account, you'll be able to start hashing away and actually mining cryptocurrency. Now, your third step is going to be to download and install the software miner. You'll need to download and install the mining software onto your computer, and then your browser or antivirus software may display a warning. And so with NiceHash, they've made their software very simple and easy to download. You'll come to their website, and literally here on the website, you can see they talk about start mining in 3 simple steps. You'll create an account, you'll download the miner, and then you'll start mining. And so you'll come here, you'll click on, you can download the new version of NiceHash. It's available here. You click on this. Now this takes you to a website called GitHub. I'm a computer programmer. I've been doing computer programming for 20 years now, and GitHub is somewhere where computer programmers will collaborate to write software. And so multiple people all over the world can be working on the same piece of software. That's how Bitcoin got built. Bitcoin is a GitHub project. You can actually search GitHub for Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and many other cryptocurrencies. And you can actually download and inspect the software that's been written that makes Bitcoin function. With NiceHash, you'll come here and you'll click on this link to download their miner software, and then you'll install the software once it's downloaded onto your computer, and then you're going to run the software. Now, I found with my software, with my antivirus software, that I had to turn off a whole bunch of stuff. I had to go in and make sure that I kept getting warnings, and it kept quarantining the files for NiceHash. So I found it a little bit difficult to get it set up and running. When I finally did, it ran okay, it ran fine, but it was a little bit painful until I got past all of the humps of my antivirus, thinking that the NiceHash software was actually a virus, and it's not a virus. It's just that because with cryptocurrency mining, it digs deep into the guts of your computer, both of your video software card, the video hardware card, the video hardware card, the GPU, the graphic processing unit inside of your laptop, and other areas of memory that programs normally don't go. And so oftentimes that will trigger your antivirus software. It'll also trigger firewall software, which protects your connection to the internet, because the firewall software thinks that NiceHash is doing something it shouldn't be doing, when in reality all NiceHash is doing is it's doing the mining and it's connecting up to the NiceHash pool, but it's using connections that most web browsers and most other internet programs don't do. And as a result, sometimes it'll also trigger firewall issues. All right, so those are some of the things that you'll have to deal with as you download and install a cryptocurrency miner. So here's the bottom line. How much did I make? I installed NiceHash onto both my laptop and my desktop. On my laptop, it was producing 2 cents a day. Now, the important thing that we need to point out is that that was on November 9th, 2019. So again, November 9, 2019, at this particular point in time, the best it was able to do on my laptop was about 2 cents a day. On my desktop, it's able to produce about 6 cents a day. So you might be saying, wow, that's not very much. And I agree completely. That's why I said, it's kind of the dark side to cryptocurrency mining, because not a lot of the videos you'll watch out there that tell you how to mine cryptocurrency are going to tell you, hey, you're going to make pennies a day on that. But really, when you think about it, if your computer's going to run 24 hours a day regardless, you may as well let it mine cryptocurrency. At least you'll be making a little bit of money. Now, maybe you can find something else for it to do that would make you more money than that. And if you can, more power to you. Let it do that instead. But that's what I found with my equipment. Your equipment is going to be different, of course, because you have different hardware. You have different software running on your computer. You have a different setup than I've got. And so you may find that yours is more profitable, but I wanted you to have a good idea of what you may end up seeing as you get it installed and running. Bottom line, how can I be of service to you? Do you have questions? Do you have concerns? I'm here to help you make your dreams come true. Do you have a dream of paying off your house? Do you have a dream of getting debt-free? Do you have a dream of buying a new car? I want to help you do that through cryptocurrency. So if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, please leave them in the comments below. If you disagree with anything that I've said, I would love to hear your polite disagreements in the comments, because that's how we learn. We learn from each other when we have opposing points of view, because I don't know everything. You know things that I don't know, and if I knew what you knew, I may change my mind. And in the meantime, I hope that you'll like, subscribe, and hodl. Have a fantastic day.